Okay, so this is Cadiz, okay, and where I'm going to take you is an old fortress called Catalina, 400 year old. Okay, so let's turn the camera around and you can see Catalina. Now down here was a moat, but now it's just full up of rubbish and overgrown. But yeah, going back in the day, this was a moat. You can see the plastic. It's pretty sad. They should have this cleaned up. Bit overgrown. But yeah, so yeah. See, they've had centurions pasted in the corners. So this goes back to the 1700s, okay? 1700s, think of that, it's 400 years ago. Imagine. Obviously this isn't 400 years old here, but this part is. You can see the old rocks. Here's more of where the moat was. You can see down there. I wonder how many people have dropped their phones down there. Well, I'm not going to be one. Overgrown, they need to do some work there. So, this was the entrance here. It's a bit faded up here, but let's see if we can see that. It looks kind of Latin. Oh, coat up there, crest, coat of arms. You can see the newer part of the building, the plaster, how it's come off, whereas the old brickwork remains. So okay, let's carry on. So this is showing you an outline of the star. They have an expo in here. There was a bomb that went off, well, there's a load of explosives just up the road from here, going back in 1947. They think it was torpedoes and things left from the Nazis, or from Germany, from the, well, being the Nazis, because the German people were decent, from the Second World War. And it killed like 1,000 people here and lots of injuries, really bad. So there's an expo about that here, really interesting. So come in here. They use this as well in the summer for weddings. Now this always reminds me of the High Chaparral. So down there, that's where the expo is. You've got palm trees. So let's go this way. It's a lot of history here. Some seats if you want to have a sit-down. Obviously the toilets weren't like this, or probably there going back 400 years ago. But it's handy to have. Okay, we're going to walk up here. So you can see the shells in the steps. Thankfully they got barriers to pull up, to hold on to, so you don't fall back down again. Okay, look at this. So you can see here the old walls. How strong they were. How they survived. So here, okay, this is where they'd be with their guns or their bow and arrows. Incredible. So they'd be quite safe here. And then modern architecture, look at that. Oof, shocking. But this is incredible. So yes, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and here we have the corner. Whoa. Looking out to Caleta Beach. There you go, the fishing village. Okay, I've got a step, I've got to be careful here. Oh, bloody hell. I'm getting old. So what do you think? This is beautiful looking through here, yeah? On a day like the last day of November, sorry, that's tomorrow, it's 29th today, and you can see the fishing boats, the beach, it's clear skies, a bit of a wind here, but beautiful. Just pop down. So yeah. So an old fortified in good old Cádiz, Fort Catalina. Oh, now, maybe to have a cannon here. Holding onto my hat here. Got a lovely view there. So of Catalina Beach. Now that's the beach where Halle Berry walked out of the ocean, because it's the Atlantic Ocean, onto the beach. They had a tiki bar there, or we call them Chiringuito, made up a film or movie, I can't remember which one it was. And the diva she complained because she was cold. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, look at that, it's beautiful. I love it here. You got just over there's a restaurant, it's always busy. Don't know if it's locals or tourists, but you know, sat down, enjoying the view, having their fish. Tide's quite in today. Normally the tide's out and you can just walk onto the boats. That's a shame to see plastic in there. Okay, so let's carry on. So here, one of the turrets, you'd have like 3 people here manning this, because you've got 3 little slots to have your guns, bow and arrows, whatever. Catapults, maybe. Who knows? Or could it be a spud gun or a water pistol? Because this was used as well, like over there in San Sebastian, around 1804 against Napoleon. Because Napoleon, a little bit of history for you. Napoleon had taken Seville. But because at the time this was an island, it's a peninsula now because we have a causeway, your dignitaries were put here for safekeeping, and he couldn't get here because the ocean coming in along down the bottom of the beach, cannons, everything. And if you go right, which you'll see soon, you have the other towns of Rota, Porto Real, El Porto, along the beaches. There in the walls, you had cannons, everything firing onto Napoleon. So he could not take Cadiz. So as great as Napoleon was, Cadiz, no. So there you go. Also in the summer, you come in here, there's a lovely breeze. Out here you're sweating, but in there it's beautiful, it's cool. So you can get a better view of San Sebastian here. There you go, look at that. And I think at one time it was actually used as a prison. You also had I think for survivors from the American Civil War came over and were there. Bit of a swell out there. And you can see one of the boats from Rota, because they got a big naval base of about 3,000 Americans. Get a bit more of the building here. There you go, you can see there. So that originally that was an island or whatever, like Alcatraz, but obviously the causeway there is modern, linking it. Really interesting over there in San Sebastian as well, and you can get a great view of the old town of Cádiz, top of the bridge, etc., the beaches. My high chaparral little chapel. I can imagine Victoria there, getting ready for another argument. Blue Boy is the peacemaker. Ah man, I love the high chaparral. Bonanza was good as well. So there you go, let's have a look. Out at the Atlantic Ocean. I've got a friend who's going to be over here next week, next Friday, so weather hopefully will be good. Show him like the sunset before he's got to get his train back to Sevilla. Like the sun's there, but like tonight, it's over here. And that's Rota over there, the naval base. Another turret. So yeah, there's like 5 points to this. It's kind of like a star in Australia. So it's a very, very good shape to protect everywhere. But it is, I love the way these rocks, how they could have, oh, it's just, to me, I'm just bamboozled how they built these things, and it lasts. Unlike now, you look at plaster, it's always crumbling after a few years. I mean, look at the size of these stones, how heavy they would have been to move. The horses must have had some strong calves. You got down here for drainage. It's great here, the views are just sensational. Okay, so another turret here. So yeah, if you're looking here, so you're over there, there, from here, the same, all the way around. And you'd have had other guards, soldiers along here. So looking over there, you have Porto Sherry, Las Redes, the beaches. And here we go, 400 years old, probably 60 at the most. Incredible difference. There you go, you can see here, the old part. Some more fortification, more places for your rifles or bow and arrows. Okay, now the old steps with the shells. Oof. You can't get out of there. Whoa. So, this is Catalina, one of my favourite places here. Nice and relaxing. What do you think? Is it good? You like it? So if you ever come to Cádiz, make sure you pop along here.